Today, the former Chancellor saying he will not build new houses on the Green Belt at all. We've got a housing crisis in this country. We've had one for many years. We've not built enough houses for many years. How is that a sensible policy? In the end, it appears like desperation to shore up his support. It's not in the national interest, is it?
Well, it is, because the Green Belt's been protected for decades. There are many brownfield sites in our urban areas that we could actually be developing and should be developing before going on to greenfield sites. But the Green Belt, of course, itself is a very specific area around outer London. There are other parts of the country where you would still be able to build. But I think it is important as a country that we challenge ourselves to try to develop some of those brownfield sites before opting for greenfield sites. Yes, they're often more difficult. Yes, sometimes you've got issues around land remediation or contaminated land. Yes, it can cost a bit more, but it's worth going the extra mile because you both deal with problems of dereliction, which is a very bad blight on many of our urban areas, but you also make sure you get the housing that you need.
But Mr Eustace, isn't that the problem, though, with Rishi Sunak's campaign? We've got a housing crisis in this country. We've had a housing crisis for quite a long time. His solution is to build on brownfield sites. Building on brownfield sites is a bit like when governments say that they're going to cut public spending by simply finding inefficiencies in government. It's not exactly radical, is it? It's not exactly going to change the landscape, building on some brownfield sites the governments have been committed to doing for decades, yet we still have a housing crisis.
Well, when you do housing development, you've got to do it with communities and not do it to communities. And I think that's what many people in this country feel at the moment, is there's pressure to do unsustainable house building. We get these sort of identikit housing developments popping up outside towns, vast developments, often without the infrastructure to go with them, often stranded and detached from the communities that they should be part of. Often, in a way that's not aesthetically beautiful by way of the architecture, and not built to last and not good for the environment. So we've got to change our approach so that, yes, we allow houses to be built, but that we build things that are beautiful, that are built to last, and that also protect our environment. And that, I think, is what Rishi Sunak's been setting out today.